Lot of debate goes on every day about these very high-fly principles, and right now, for the last few days, something is going on. The Vice President of India said something, and then every TV channel is busy debating it, and wonderful ideas, opinions are coming out pro and against this thing. Let's not go into it. How does the system affect a poor man in this country? Whether the Supreme Court is great or the Parliament is great, just forget it. For a man who is driving a auto there, or for a man who is working for his daily bread, what matters more is if he has a small case, he is picked up by the policeman and taken to the magistrate, how long will it take for him to get the justice? After 10 years, if he gets a relief, what kind of a system is it? Is it what the Constitution of India promised us? Have we, each one of us, not you people, you are still at the threshold, but remember this, you will have to deal with it when you grow up, when you enter the world. Therefore, I am telling you, have we done our best, my dear friends, of this time? Have we done our best to get the lofty principles mentioned in the preamble, translate them into reality within our own sphere, maybe as lawyers, as judges, or as politicians, whatever area where we had some role to play in the governance of this country? Have we done our best collectively? Individually, yes, they are excellent people. Some of them are very good. Some of them are not so good. Some of them are bad. They are always there in the world. But overall, did the common man get what the Constitution promised it? A man who had no access to power, a man who can never think of becoming a member of the Legislative Assembly or a High Court judge or a Supreme Court judge. Forget about it. A man who can never think of getting a government job in this country. Job at all, government or non-governmental job. What does this Constitution mean to him? They're all fine words, nothing more than that. Then why should he bother about it? But then, is it a matter to celebrate 75 years of the Constitution? Do we celebrate it? If it doesn't benefit anybody. Ultimately, we celebrate when we are happy. Why do you celebrate Pongal? Because you are happy. And you know what is the reason, my dear young friends? Why do we celebrate Pongal? Any idea? Some youngster? We're all urbanites, is it? It's a crop time. The agriculture is, produce comes home. So he's happy, therefore he's celebrating it. So therefore, when you're celebrating something, there is something really to celebrate. Here, 75 years is nothing. If I live a unhealthy life with all kind of illnesses in my body, I don't celebrate 75 years. I regret it that I lived so long with all these diseases. I do something. I go to a doctor, undergo a surgery, do something about it. So therefore, there's a time for introspection, 75 years. For that matter, every year, every day is a matter of introspection. For all my lawyer friends, I told you I'll not go into these high-fly questions. Mr. Ilangovan is a criminal lawyer. I mentioned this judgment not because it is great or I wrote it. It has all the elements of problem in this. One of my last but one I don't remember today, is a matter from Gujarat. 1989, in some remote town of Gujarat, there was a faction, nothing to do with religion or anything, fortunately nothing to do with religion, some local factions, some political problems. There was a riot. 3 people died. On both the sides, number of people were injured, and my dear friends in the bar and judges know, injured witnesses have their own additional credibility in the matter of evidence. Injured witnesses were there. 3 people died. Case and counter case were registered. The normal rule is they must be tried together. It didn't happen. What happened to the counter case? There's nothing on the record before the Supreme Court. I recorded it. 17 people were accused. Two people were found guilty of 302. And charges, an omnibus charge was framed before the Sessions Court. You 17 people, you are charged with offences 143, 142, 144, 147, 149, 307, 323, 326, 302. And at least all of us who practice in this part of the country, the old Madras tradition which was followed in Andhra Pradesh, charges are very categorically framed that you so-and-so, on so-and-so date, at so-and-so place, at so-and-so hour, attack so-and-so with a knife, or you know how it is framed. None of this kind. An omnibus one-line charge was framed against 17 people. There were 3 dead bodies. The post-mortem report of one of the dead bodies was not even exhibited in that case. There was no finding whether there was an unlawful assembly. 143, 149, everything was there in the narration. A finding whether there was an unlawful assembly or not was not there. And you know the requirements of unlawful. Not only the number, the requisite mental element. No finding is recorded. If there is an unlawful assembly, those who are members of the unlawful assembly are constructively liable under 149. That question couldn't be decided because there is no finding. 2 people were found guilty of 302. Interesting part is, guilty of what? I kill X, I am guilty of killing him 302 with an intention to kill him. If there are 3 people, you simply say 302, guilty of killing whom? With reference to one person, there is not even a post-mortem report, whether it is natural death, unnatural death also is not on record. Still, the Sessions Court found these 2 people guilty of 302. Sorry to say this, the High Court confirmed this judgment. Matter came before the Supreme Court. This, in fact, I recorded in that judgment, every conceivable shortcoming in the administration of criminal justice system in this country is available in this judgment. It's a reported judgment, and if anybody wants to look, not because I wrote it, it's what is happening. Are we doing our best as members of the legal fraternity? We claim that we belong to a noble profession. We are supposed to be the protectors of the liberties of the people. And if we don't do our job well, with conscientiously, do a haphazard job, naturally people call us names, both judges and lawyers. See, public prosecutor, in a matter like this, I don't know who was the public prosecutor. He didn't even care to get the post-mortem report exhibited. And I don't know how the judges allowed all this to go on. This is what we have done with the Constitution for 75. But not that in every case it's happening. But one case is good enough or bad enough to demonstrate how... Now, we know everybody complains that the proceedings of court take generations. Naturally, with this kind of an efficiency level, it will take generations for resolving any dispute. Now, there are other problems. I know the insufficient infrastructure. Who knows, for good or bad, I had been the Chief Justice of 2 high courts. I know the problems. The sufficiency of the infrastructure is a major problem. In fact, on the lighter vein, I'll tell you, when I was in Kerala, there was some occasion. As Chief Justice, I was there on the podium. The then Law Minister, I think he is no more, Mr. Mani. I think he is no more. Mani, the Deputy Chief Minister. Anyway, the inevitable dig at the end of the speech, the gentleman said, no, Chief Justice, but then courts are taking long time in this country, we must do something. So when my turn came, naturally I had to answer the charge. I told him, Mr. Mani, please check up your budget. What is your allocation to the judicial branch in this state? To the best of my information, at least I collected those days, in no state in this country, at any point of time in the last 70 years, The allocation in any budget did not exceed 2% of the budget to the judicial branch. The number of other officers increased. Take the statistical information. How many courts were there in 1950 in this country? Take Tamil Nadu, for example. And how many members were there in the bureaucracy in 1950 in Tamil Nadu? And take the statistics, current statistics in 2025, how many members are there in the bureaucracy? And how many courts are there in this thing? There's hardly any improvement. There's hardly any budgetary allocation. It is a legal system, perhaps for any administration, is a nuisance. We have to live with it. Since we can't abolish it, we allow it, but starve it. Don't allow it to improve. That's one problem. This is how the implementation of the system went on. Now, what are we celebrating today? No, I'm not saying that nothing happened in this country in the last 70 years. A lot of good things have happened. I'm not unaware of it. A lot of good things have happened. They happened not because of the Constitution, but in spite of the Constitution, they happened. We have better railways, we have more flights in this country, we have more better transports. In fact, the other day I was reading a report somewhere. In the state of Telangana, there are more number of mobile phones than number of people in the state. Somebody reported it. Well, there are certain good things happened in this country. I'm not saying that nothing happened in the last 75 years. But we take the stock. There is a need for improving it. There is a need for making a more efficient administration of the Constitution. That's all. I'm not trying to criticize individually anybody or something like that. But it's still not a very effective system we have established so far. System is good. In the implementation, we perhaps didn't meet the targets. Particularly, my young friend sitting on this side, our time is over. I'm on the last leg of my life. Future is yours. I only have a past. You'll become lawyers. Some of you may become judges. Some of you may become politicians. Some of you may become administrators. Please remember always this. This is meant for improving the lot of the people of this country. Forget about the people. Don't be so generous and think of your own safety, your own family, your own children. In a country where the legal system fails, legal system doesn't mean only court and lawyers. The whole structure, legal structure fails, none of us will be safe. Our children will not be safe, our grandchildren will not be safe. Keep that in mind. And an occasion like this, a memorial lecture for a young law student who untimely left this world, the tribute, if any, we can pay is to improve the system. Thank you.